I don't know. I saw the sign a few days ago.
This is it, Sam?
Such as it is. Here, have some coffee.
I don't...
Has anybody got the time?
It's 8:30.
Come on, Sam. I got another sale in 20 minutes.
Yeah, just confirming. By the authority vested in me by the people of this state, I hereby declare that these proceedings are for Dr. Michael Blinker against Mr. and Mrs. Leroy Archer are now legally open. Now, the minimum bid must begin at the cost of the surgeon's bill in the amount of $297. Do I hear a first bid?
$297.
And who is bidding?
Irma Callish, sir. We filed with you.
And who is we?
Well, I'm bidding for Leroy and Angela Archer, the owners of the house.
Where are they?
Inside. They asked me to do the bidding.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. The opening bid is $297.
500.
The bid is $500. Do I hear 6? Anything over 5. Very well. Going once, going twice. Sold for $500 to Mr. Rudy Fresno. Rudy signed there. Will you please get the owners out here?
I'll get them.
How are you
Leroy,
paying this?
Angela.
Cashier check, $500.
You're getting pretty sure of yourself, aren't you?
Be a good speculator. Got to know your territory, Sam.
How much do you think you'll make on this one?
Well, cigarette money anyway.
Here they are.
You're the owner?
Yeah, that's me.
Yes. Well, you'll have to sign this.
No, mister, I don't like this.
Please sign it, sir. We're in a bit of a hurry. Mr. Fresno has another appointment. Sir, you didn't pay your surgeon's bill. He attached your house. We just sold it to this gentleman for $500. However, once the surgeon's bill is paid, you will get back about $200. Please?
Well, what about our house?
Lady, you've lost the house. This man owns it now. Sign the paper. You must sign the paper. You can't write your names?
We never learned. We just never learned how.
They can't read or write?
Not a word. That's why this happened. I usually read their bills for them. But I was down visiting my sister in Texas.
This is all legal, Sam?
Yes, but Rudy, don't you
I
think
gotta
this
run.
is
You got until tomorrow to get out.
Officer, can't you do something?
I just sell the house.
Mister, we ain't gonna move out of here.
I'm afraid you'll have
Well,
to.
I'm telling you, we ain't. We ain't gonna move out of here.
I've got to go now. I'm late. Good luck.
We bid it all. It wasn't enough.
I know.
Leroy, what in heaven's name are you going to do?
Insight. Stories of modern man's search for meaning, freedom, love, insight.
You can't stay. You know that.
I don't know nothing. I got my old Army 45 upstairs, and by God, I'd use it if I have to. That's one thing I know how to do.
Don't talk like that.
She's right. What happened here today is the law. And when it comes to the law, we don't count. You know that.
Could we call Billy Joe? Maybe he could help us.
No, he's a family man. He's in the Army. He's got a life of his own.
He's our son, Leroy.
I don't want to bother him, honey.
I'll start packing.
Leroy, we're the bottom of the heap. Nobody cares about us poor folks. Ed's right. You better just throw in the towel and start over. That's what they call the system. I'll go help Angela.
You know, something that I've been all over this country. I was born in West Virginia. Mine cold. I seen every state in the Union. And you know, I did something different in every state. Sometimes I'd follow the crop, or sometimes I'd wash windows, and sometimes I'd cook, I'd do anything. I'd do anything at all, and I never was very proud. And I worked hard at whatever I did, and did every kind of job. I never went on any kind of welfare or anything. I paid my taxes. Always kept my head above water, and...
You're an honest man, Leroy.
Yeah, I know, but what did it get me? I'm going on 50. I don't know, for once I get enough to settle down and buy a house. I don't think that Angie ever thought that we'd do that. And then I sold a pickup truck and I made a down payment. You remember that? Yeah. And she cried and she cried and she was so happy. This is her house. A woman needs it. You know, now I don't have anything. Yeah, they're taking away our house. I mean, they're cutting out our roots. A man can't live like that, Ed.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Well, if the system took the house away, there must be a way to get it back.
How?
The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go see the man that bought the house.
No. Leroy! Angie! Go after him! He's talking real crazy!
Leroy! Leroy! Leroy, wait!
Morning, Helen.
Good morning, Mr. Fresno. How did the sales go?
Well, about 3, and 2 of them are real honey.
Mr. Fresno, Leroy Archer, my wife Angela. You bought our house this morning?
They insisted on waiting for you.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Well, as a matter of fact, we'd like to settle it and get it back.
What Leroy's saying is we'd like to buy it back.
Well, that's right. What you owned, we'd like to buy it back. That's the way the system works, right?
Well, now, Helen, you hold my calls and get me the file on the Archer house.
It's on your desk.
Sit down. Oh, Mr. Archer, I'm very pleased that you could see your way clear to come here. It takes an intelligent man to understand that what I did was purely business, nothing personal.
Well, we just want our house back. I know you're a businessman, and I know you're going to want to make some money on it. But what do you figure is a fair price?
Well, normally I buy a house like yours and sell it within 6 months. I've never had such an immediate turnover. I never gave the price much thought.
Well, go ahead. Say your price.
Well, normally I would put in some investment money, fix it up, pay the taxes, my time on the site, overhead, insurance, salaries for my people. I hire only the best. Tell you what, Mr. Archer, since it's such a quick turnover, I could sell you the house for, say, 85.
Well, that's fair. We can get it all for $585, don't you think, honey? What? That's a deal.
Mr. Archer, when I say 85, I mean 8,500.
$8,500?
$8,500, not counting closing costs. I'll pay those.
But Mr. Fresno, you only paid $500.
Mrs. Archer, I never know how much profit I'm going to make. This is a very risky business. I think the price is fair, considering.
Well, we don't have that kind of money.
I see. Well, I can get that much on the open market. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm very, very busy. Helen, my calls, please.
Mr. Fresno, why do you need so much money? That's too much money.
Like you, my dear people, I have numerous expenses. I have payments for my wife, my children, 2 mortgages, my business, my cars, my boat. Life is very, very expensive. And the pitiful part is I'll hardly make any profit at all. I'm in such a tax bracket, Uncle Sam will take most of it anyway.
Mr. Fresno, it doesn't seem like you're talking...
Yes, Mr.
Mr.
Blatherwick?
Fresno, you just bought the house this morning. How
House
can you
on
ask that?
64th.
Come on, honey,
Yeah,
we
I-
tried.
You're getting all sorts of profit and you don't...
Please. This is private.
Leroy, come on.
No.
Now, what? 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 Hey!
Leroy!
Helen!
This dude comes up to me and says, "Ain't you the horse?" Wham! So I hit him. And down it goes. Next thing I know, they all over me. How was I to know he was a cop?
The world's full of surprises.
Yeah, let me tell you this. You gotta keep your back up at all times. Ain't no other way. You gotta keep your back up and your eyes looking around corners, because they go get you. Sooner or later, but they go get you.
You're right, they're gonna get you, all right.
You see, they're the getters and the ones that get got. What you gonna do now, man?
What I gotta do?
Yeah, it always come down to that, don't it? The haves have and the don'ts don't. There ain't no in between. You gotta have to get your rights, and if you don't have, you ain't got no rights at all.
Leroy Archer,
Here.
your bail's been made.
Well, who put up the money?
I have no idea. I just lock him up and let him out. Come on.
Buy a horse.
See you around, buddy.
Has anything like this ever happened before, Alice?
No, just so upset.
I imagine you're upset.
Oh, yes, Leroy.
Oh, I'm all right, honey.
Excuse me, Mr. Archer, I'm Jim Danover.
I don't know you.
Honey, he put up your bail.
That's right, I did. I'm with On the Spot News, WORD TV. And,
Oh, well, we don't have no TV.
well, we do in-depth news coverage. Mrs. Archer called and told us a little bit about what happened.
What'd you
and,
tell him?
Leroy's the only thing we can think of.
We? Who's we?
Irma and me.
Oh, well, all right, that's okay.
In view of what happened, I'd like to do an interview with you.
You want to interview me because you put up the bail money, is that it?
Well, I'd like to get the interview.
Well, all right, just go ahead and interview me. I'll answer any questions that you want.
Good. My camera crew's outside.
Excuse me,
We have
but
to go out
wait,
and-
mister, if I answer your questions, that makes us square, doesn't it?
Mr. Archer, the people have a right to know if
No,
you've been...
the people, they don't know nothing. They're all like that Mr. Fresno. I mean, they all out for themselves. They all want to get their cut. It's a big fish is eating a little fish.
Leroy.
Well, it's the truth, ain't it? Ain't it? I just got gobbled up,
Why don't we
mister.
just go outside, because you'll wind up back in the poker.
Fine, that
We're
suits
fine.
me,
We're
but I'll
fine.
pay my debt. That's part of the
I
system.
know it.
Now, my old set don't work very good. I hope we can get it. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
This is On the Spot News at the Manchester County Jail.
I'm standing with Leroy and Angela Archer, whose house was sold at auction because they didn't pay a surgeon's bill. Mr. Archer, could you tell us the amount of the bill?
$297.
$297. And what was your house worth?
About 10, maybe more.
12,000, Mr. Danover.
$12,000. And what were you paid for the house?
$500. Mr. Rudy Fresno bought it.
That's unbelievable. Your house was put on the market and sold for $500 because you didn't pay a $297 surgeon's bill, is that right?
Yes, sir. You see, I had an operation a while back.
And you didn't have the money to pay for it, is that right?
We always pay our bills.
I'm sorry, I'm puzzled. If you could have paid for the bill, why didn't you? Mr. and Mrs. Archer, you just lost your house. Why didn't you pay the bill?
We couldn't read the bill.
You couldn't read it?
We never learned to read or write. And Irma, our neighbor who usually helps read the mail, was gone.
I see. And now your house is gone.
Yes.
And you feel very, very badly about it.
Yes, we do.
All right, that's enough of that, will you?
That's the story.
For on-the-spot news, I'm James Danover reporting.
Darnation.
They used you, Leroy.
What do you expect? Jesus, well, they got what they wanted. I mean, they made us look funny. Showed just how ignorant we are.
Leroy's right. Nobody cares. We're just one of those sad little news stories. What are you doing?
What I gotta do.
You can't get our house back this way.
No, but I gotta speak my piece.
Leroy, honey, we only lost the house. We still got each other.
Get away from me.
Oh, Leroy. Honey, we've been down before. You remember when Billy Joe caught pneumonia? With his barge cooks on the Mississippi? We pulled it off. I nursed him night and day. You cooked both shifts, honey. We did okay. And what about when our car burned up on that little old country road in Georgia? And we stayed right there in that town. You fixed cars, I pumped gas. We come up here to New Jersey, honey. We bought a new car. You remember that?
Honey, we lost this house. I just don't want to live anymore.
Honey, can't you see what I'm saying?
You've been a good wife.
I can't live without you. I just can't.
Come on.
Oh, Leroy. Leroy.
All right. Come on, you're my good old girl. You're part of me. It's just, don't you see, I'm just being eaten up. I don't feel like a man anymore. I've never made much of a mark in this world. I've taken my licks. I kept my mouth shut. It's just, I can't keep it shut anymore. I can't live with this feeling in my gut.
Leroy, no.
Well, I
Well,
see
there's
that
nothing we
the
can
crates
do.
here.
They're
I was just
upstairs
making-
told us to take... Leroy, this guy has come by for his house.
Oh, Mr. Archer, I see you've made bail. I was just coming by to have a closer look at the house. I thought you had vacated by now.
Oh, no, we ain't vacated.
Well, didn't the marshal come? He did serve the papers.
He brought them all right.
Well,
You wanted something, Mr. Fresno?
what, you didn't think I'd come alone, did you, after what you did?
Look out. Honey, will you fix Mr. Fresno and his friend some coffee?
No, we don't want any coffee, thank you.
This is still my house. And you are under my roof. And by God, if I offer you coffee, you're just gonna drink it.
Well, of course. Coffee sounds good, right, Mike?
Sure, Mr. Fresno.
May I sit?
On that box behind you.
You don't want to do this?
Ed, I know what I'm doing.
Leroy, you want that coffee for our guest?
You're a good old girl.
Honey, it's just like dancing. You got the lead.
No, Mike. We will have coffee as guests of Mr. Archer, and then we will leave as guests, right, Mr. Archer?
Maybe. Then, again, maybe I'm just going to shoot you. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. I don't want to hurt your friend, Mr. Fresno. He's never done anything to me. Honey, you got that coffee? Is that good coffee, Mr. Fresno?
Yes. Very, very good. Thank you, Mrs. Archer.
Yeah, it might be at last. You just better drink slowly.
Oh, Mr. Archer, don't you think this has gone far enough? Now, you must understand that you could be facing very serious
Sit
charges.
down, Mr. Fresno. I don't think Leroy is finished.
Thank you, Edwin.
It's all right, Leroy.
Are you a praying man, Mr. Fresno?
No, I don't pray.
No, I didn't think so. I am, though. I listen to the radio every Sunday. I hear the Bible, and I know some things. There are things that you don't know. I know, for instance, that people get more than they can use, and they get more, and they keep getting more. And that's the way it works, don't it? Don't it?
Oh, yes.
And you're buying houses, and you're making more money, and nothing just fills up that emptiness inside of you, does it? You see, we found something else that fills us up inside, and we're a lot luckier than you are. Get down on your knees.
What?
Get down on your knees, and you too.
Oh, my God, why are you doing this? Now, you can't be serious.
Mike! You better stay out of this.
Hey, this ain't my beef.
Why are you doing this to me?
This is the only way I've got left, Mr. Fresno.
But just for a house. I'll give you the house back. I'll sign the deed right now.
I don't believe you, Mr. Fresno.
Please, 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 please. Oh, please.
Back up at all times. Ain't no other way. You gotta keep your back up and your eyes looking around corners, because they gonna get you. Sooner or later, but they gonna get you.
What I did was purely business, nothing personal.
You can't write your names?
We only lost the house. We still got each other.
Get away from me.
Oh, Leroy.
What you gonna do now, man?
Oh, shut up. What do you want?
Would you come outside? It's about your house.
What about my house?
You can have it back if you want it.
Honey?
No, wait, I know you're terribly upset, but I would like to ask you a couple of questions, if I may.
What?
Are we turning? Good. James Danover for On the Spot News, talking to Mr. Rudy Fresno. We're on the porch of the Archer home.
I don't want
sold today because of a bill they did not pay because they couldn't read it. Mr. Fresno, just one quick question. Would you be willing to sell back the house to the Archers? What would you consider a fair price?
Oh, $5,000, but I don't want any TV.
Mr. Fresno, would you consider $1,500?
$1,500.
We don't have any $1,500. We don't have anything.
Yes, you do, Mr. Archer. You do have $1,500. Our telephones at WORD-TV have not stopped ringing since this story broke. Our viewers have pledged over $1,500 to help you buy back your house. What do you say, Mr. Fresno? $1,500.
Well, that's very low. $1,500. It's,
There are over 1 million people watching you right now.
Well, $1,500. Well,
What about it?
In this case, yes.
Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Archer.
What are the pledges? What are you talking about?
Pledges from people, Mr. Archer.
Well, what people? What are you
The
talking
people
about?
out there, people watching you on television
We
right
don't know
now.
them. I don't know those people.
Well, they're people just like you.
They know I can't read or write?
I guess they do.
Oh, honey. Thank you, whoever you are.
Can I say something?
Please.
It's, I went crazy inside. I went crazy inside the house. I was going to shoot a man, and I'm not proud of it. I tell you, I'm ashamed of life. Sometimes can make a man dag well cry.
James Danover reporting.